Hi everybody, it's Debbie. Welcome to your home, your happy place, where I am here in my husband's study and we're going to decorate for Christmas. I don't think I brought you in here last year except for maybe the home tour. And this has a tree in it that we're going to trim, and really beyond that he doesn't let me do a whole lot. But I'm going to try and do a little something on the fireplace mantle. I'll sneak around a few things. You'll see. So I hope you're up for that. If you're new, welcome. And please consider subscribing. It's free. And if you wouldn't mind, if you enjoy this, sometime during the video, press that like button. It really helps the channel. And let's decorate. All right, for those of you that are new, this is my husband's study. It is paneled in wood, and I don't recall at the moment the color of paint we used. And we did a beautiful ceiling in here. And then of course there's a bay window you can see. Just really intricate trim work. I just love it, love it. Love the guys that did our trim work. It is stunning, so beautiful. Even these little details. And I've complained about the depth of my, I mean, these are the skinniest little mantles I've ever seen. But, you know, that's okay. This is a little room, actually. It's the biggest study he's ever had. Here's his fireplace, our little dog, Bernard, which I'm able to find often when I'm linking things. We have some built-in bookcases that are lighted on either side. But he keeps them pretty full with books, and he doesn't like me messing with them. So you can see some of the stuff I pulled out. And here's the ornaments for the tree. Normally, I take, oh, did I go over here? I didn't show you the desk, yeah. Normally, I take this and put it in the garage, but he doesn't like that. So, you know, I've got to work with him. So here we are. I'm moving it, I think, over here in front. It's not going to hurt anything there. He can still access all of those books, but I am not sure if that's a big enough tree because I got a lot of ornaments to go on it. So that's what we're going to do first. We're just going to trim a tree, and maybe that's all we'll get done, but I'll finish decorating and at least show you something that I do on the mantle. I hope I have something to go on there. All right. Okay, I slid that skinny little guy out. I'm going with, it's still a slim tree. It's just a much fuller one. There's the other half. So, and now the dogs are going to help me trim the tree. I still think I'm going to go over here. And of course, I'll move that plant. So some of this is going to, you know, maybe not be as easily accessed, but I think he can live without it for a month because that's about all it'll be up in here. Okay, I'm going to get things situated, clean off everything, and get the tree trimming started. The plug, I had to think about that for a minute. The plug's in the back of this, so I'm going to hopefully, you know, bring it out either between there, maybe there, and see if the doors will still close. So I was able to get an extension cord. It came out through the side hinge there. It's not affecting the doors. They're closed just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this kind of into this corner over here. I added 600 lights. So, you know, this is what happens to me every year. I find a tree that has lights that don't work. And I'm like, oh, it's probably old and I should get rid of it. But you know what? I fluff it out and I add lights, which cost pennies, a lot less than it costs to buy a whole new tree. And so we'll probably be keeping it because you can't tell. I mean, if you got close up, you'd start seeing all these non-lit lights that were, you know, put into it. But actually, I only found one standing here. Okay, here's another one. They're not that hard to find. I mean, they're more difficult to find, especially when you put a lot of lights on. So on this tree, I don't know whether I do ribbon or not. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I put it up last year, honestly. So I am going to start taking out the White House ornaments and hanging them. So if you're new to the White House ornament situation, I'll tell you real briefly. I keep all of them in their original boxes. It's a valuable collection, and I'll just show you one of them. This one feels really light. I hope it's really in there. So every year, the Historical Association through the White House puts out a brand new commemorative ornament. And this particular one is Christmas ornament of the year 2022. So it's a pretty plain one, but I know what it is. It's the gingerbread house, which I saw, you guys. I don't know. I watched somebody's YouTube channel, and he's a reporter, and he got a pre-look at the decorations of the White House, which this year are absolutely gorgeous. And the gingerbread house is all white. So that's very cool. So inside you'll get little things. So this one was, I mean, one year we sat around the table and tried to read all the information, and it did get a little much because it's too much. But this one was about Richard Milhouse Nixon, 37th President of the United States, served 1969 to 1974. And so I do believe he may have been one of the people. I could be wrong. I thought maybe his daughter got married here. But anyway, it's a very, very long, detailed piece of history in here. Very exciting. But then at the end here, I see that they're talking about the gingerbread houses. And, oh, this is so sweet. So then we have First Lady Pat Nixon's gingerbread house recipe. That's so great. Here's what it says that this book contains. As you read the enclosed recipe and booklet and learn more about the history of the traditional holiday gingerbread house displays at the White House, you may smell a hint of gingerbread. Enjoy. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful ornament. And they're always in something like, it's like a velvet. Very beautiful. These are a great gift. They usually, well, I don't know how much they run anymore because they've always been a gift for me. But they used to be around $21 or $21 to $25. So I don't know. I would suspect they're maybe 31 now. Who knows? But it's interesting that this one came up because I have the gingerbread cookbook of the White House, which I may have already put away. And I have another little beautiful pop-up for kids to play that's of the gingerbread White House. So I'm going to just start hanging. I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'll give you a closer view at the end of the video of a lot of them. And if you want details, you can check out my video probably, if this is probably from that particular year, my video on Christmas in the study, my White House ornament collection. I went into detail of quite a few of the ornaments on that video. Okay, I'm not sure. It looks like I've gotten them all out. Now I'm down to the tree skirt, the topper, and some of the accessory ornaments I like to put on it. So I showed you some of them, and I'll just kind of go around. So I'm not sure. I feel like maybe I don't have them all, but I really am very careful to take such good care of these every year. They're just a lot of them. Some of them are not that great. And then this one's beautiful. Wow. With a crystal. Actually, that's backwards even. And it's still beautiful. Doesn't matter. Look at that. Oh, the details. are so exquisite. And usually the backs are as pretty as the fronts. Look at that. Oh, it's the blue room with the Christmas tree in it. Wow. Wow. So it doesn't even matter. You know, again, this one's another one that if you turn it around, it's as beautiful. And they're all very special. This, I believe, was, well, I don't know. It was some child's experience. And then some of them, they're just okay. I mean, this looks like a really beautiful, oh, I never knew that. What? It spins around in there. I had no clue. I've had this for years. Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say that it reminds me of, but I'm sure you guys know. Some kind of plates. So, and there's a few that are pictures. I mean, there's a picture in this one. It's a little hard to see. There's Lincoln. And there's the presidential helicopter. So anyway, they don't, you know, they don't bounce off the tree as far as looks go, but it's very, very special to me. So I'm gonna pop the tree skirt on in the topper, and I think we're gonna have to stop for the night because I just heard the oven and it means it's probably pushing 8 o'clock and we need to stop. I will pick this room up tomorrow.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I just had to come out and say, I have the sweetest husband. He bought some lights because all of our beautiful lights from last year and the year before didn't work this year. And we both stood there and picked out cool lights because I like cool lights. However, there's other lights on the house and they didn't match. So he is taking them all down and replacing them with warm. It's not too bad of a day out here.
No, it's not.
So, are these what you want? They don't look like they're hanging down.
They do hang down. I don't, maybe not as much as the other ones, but
Okay.
they're hanging down.
I'm not going to make you do it again. But yeah, they don't look like they're hanging down. They were icicles before. I don't know what these are.
They're icicle too. They're icicle dome lights, whatever that means.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do the front porch on another day. I'm not ready.
Okay.
All right. Bye, honey. You're going to be in a different
Bye.
video. All right. I'm still looking for some garland. I know I have some, but I haven't found it. So we'll see. I did find this guy who usually is in the lower level, but I decided to bring him up. I don't know. I'm not sure I like him with Bernard there. Man, that may be too much. We may have to move Bernard. Okay, I could not find my garland, so I decided to follow what I've done in a couple other rooms at the fireplace. I did have these two beautiful swags, so I popped those on, and I'll still see if there's something I can pop up there, even if it's I don't know, ornaments or something. I'd like something up there. It looks awfully plain, but I added this little guy and I popped a collar on him. I'm thinking about removing his, actually that's a piece of art by, he's passed away, but he was a famous artist in St. Louis. So I may take that down because that's where I usually hang a wreath. And this is the wreath I usually put in here. So I'm going to try that. All right, it's another day. I tried to do 3 videos in one day. Impossible. I don't know what time I was in here, but I know it was dark. So here I am, and I want to finish this up today. So where I was, I had just decorated the tree, and I don't know if I got this far or not, but if you see in the background, you'll see a little bit of tartan ribbon. And so what keeps coming to me is my husband saying, it's a little feminine. And I don't even know what he's referring to, honestly. I really don't. But I'm going to go around the room, but I'm going to show you, okay, so you can see this. I never found a garland. I'm sure there's one somewhere, but I didn't find it. So we're not garlanding, but I'm doing the little draped down swags. And so before I go into all of that, I'm going to show you some of the little things I picked up based on that. I only found one hunk of ribbon and I like it. I really like this one. It's got a little gold in it, the green and the red. And all of a sudden, at the end of the season, of decorating season, I'm like, ooh, suddenly I'm a fan of tartan. And tartan's always, it's a classic, it's popular. And so you can always find tartan out there. But picking out the right one and then having it all match or whatever, that's a whole nother thing. I'm anxious to see when I look at the ribbons I bought if I got any that are the same, because I don't think they are. I picked this one up. My daughter and I went out shopping one night. Like I was just done. It was rainy and whatever. And she says, hey, we should go to the outlets again. So we live in Branson area and they have a big outlet mall of, you know, just a lot of the, you guys know what outlet malls are like. I was ready to do it that night. And she goes, well, I'll go to TJ Maxx. I'm not going to do that. And I said, okay. So we discovered 2 stores while we were out. And I'm not discovering Ross, but I never had gone into that Ross before. I had a really bad experience where we used to live. That Ross had nothing ever. It looked like somebody just threw everything in there, and I just, Well, this one was not the same. It was huge, and it had a lot of stuff. And I found this ribbon for $3.99. And then we went over to Michael's, and they had, it probably wasn't the same, but a similar ribbon, a little bigger spool for $25. And I'm like, okay, I'm not buying that. And what was the other store? We went into Cato, and again, it was next to Ross. I had never, ever been into Cato, and this was from there. This is so cute. I don't know how good you can see it, but of course, I bought more little Christmas tops that I don't need, but their prices were so great. I have no idea. You know, there's certain stores I can link. If I can link them, I will, because I got some cute stuff and I didn't even spend $100. Okay, so there's this. When I got that, I thought, oh, I don't want that red. I want a tartan bow. And do I want to make one? No. So I saw these at Walmart. Now they may be too big, but I'm still going to try it. This is not puffed out. I just took it off the card. I had an angel. As a tree topper. That was the thing. He said, that's a little feminine. And I'm like, but I always have angels on my tree tops. Well, she was kind of crispy. Those cones in the bottom. She fell off. Brought one of my little cream colored ornaments with her, which are glass, and broke the ornament, not the angel. So while I was out at Walmart, I decided to get this, which is also, it's an angel, but in the wood. You can see that. And this looks kind of cheap, so I'm just going to make a bow to go over it. So we're going to see how any of this is going to work. I don't know. Then I found more ribbon. This is a pretty close match. Wow, look at that. So this was from Walmart. I feel like I bought quite a few of them. I don't know. Maybe not. Where is this from? Oh, I never know, you guys. I say these things. I don't know where this one's from. Hobby Lobby? Yeah, I think this one's from Hobby Lobby. This one more matches what I got at Walmart with the black in it, not so much. So, and then I decided to pick up black, and I'll show you why in a second. So I don't know how it's all going to come together. We'll see. So since I had nothing to go up there, I was looking at nutcrackers, but you know, I set this, and I don't know if I showed it, but I set that nutcracker down there. And it's like putting nutcrackers up there. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe none of it will make sense. You guys, I love that you bear with me on these journeys of decorating that seem really nutty and crazy. But I was at Walmart and I saw this and I thought, that's very masculine. I like it. It'll look good in here, the black. They had two. They were under $20 each. They're metal. And I thought they were kind of cool. So I bought those and then I saw this little piece and I just thought that is gorge. So we can put that in the center. Ta-da! That looks great. Then I thought, what about a couple of stockings? I mean, it's a mantle after all. Doesn't mean we have to put anything in them. Maybe we will. So this was, they may have had another tartan plaid. But I liked it. Oh, and it's got a black velvet mousse. I mean, it was just kind of, I was feeling it. And I thought, well, I don't want two of the same. And trying to mix and match, this was a little tough, but I went with this black velvet for me, because this is going to represent him and me. And so this is it's got a bow on it, and that's it. It's just a black velvet. And these were at Walmart, $12.99. Oh, he's a little more. He was $13.99. So then over by the stockings, I found this. So we are set because that's the exact same deer head. So it looks like I started with some kind of masculine theme in here. I believe that's the things that I bought new. So I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna decorate the rest of the room. Then I'll go back to the tree. So I'm gonna try and take this, I've already untied it, but I have a feeling it might be glued. We'll see here. Maybe not. Maybe it's gonna come off. Just in case I want to use it again. That way. Oh, it is. Okay, I'm getting it off. So all I'm doing is removing a bow. You know, I got a little creative this year. I started looking at things and saying, take the flower out, take the bow off, change it, make it work for you. If you see something even in the store and you're like, hey, I don't really like that bow, like I did with that tree topper. If you like the thing and it's what you're looking for, just take off the piece that you think looks cheap or doesn't go with your decor. So I am just going to tie this one on and then I'll fluff it out. Okay, before it's fluffed out, it's on there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to fluff it over here. Wow. Huh, that's really long. I may have to cut that. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, let's get back and see it. I love a before and after. Okay, this is how I bought this. Now, this is a great, look at there's pine cones. There's your artificial that and artificial that. There's berries and frosted not eucalyptus, magnolia leaves. I mean, this is a really gorgeous thing. But the bow, it's a little cheapo, guys. It's a little cheapo. And honestly, maybe I may add some bells to this in the end because I have a lot. I have a lot of bells. Oh my, I gotta hold them next to each other. Wow. All right, those are done. I mean, I feel like I brought it up a notch. Some of you may be going, why are you putting those two over there instead of, and I'll show you why. I will. So you can let me know, do you like that better? All that some symmetry. I felt like because the tree was over here and then this guy who has really got a presence. This guy doesn't have as much of a presence. He's a little shorter and a lot darker, you know. I just felt like kind of bringing it over to the side. But let me know what you think. I'm going to move it back. There's also a lot of heat coming out of the fireplace, and I'm like, I don't want them catching on fire. I don't know. I guess they won't, but there's your other option. So originally I was going to leave the other pillow in here that's a little brown. You know, what I found and how I was making it work, this pillow worked better. This pillow has a lot of embroidery on the other side, but the way I've got it tucked, really, I don't think you see a whole lot of that. I don't think you would. I love how it's rich, like the chair. And I knew I had a couple of red velvet with gold embroidery pillows. And so I just wanted to do that. There's going to be a little bit of red in here, obviously. So I think that kind of, I had looked at tartan, but you know what? I'm glad I didn't find it because there's an awful lot of pattern with this paisley going on here. And then this one says, let it snow. So that's what I'm doing with the chairs. And I know this isn't the best way to see this, but here's where I ended up putting that beautiful, and it's lit over here. If I had more room, it'd be so cool to be in the center. And by the way, I haven't mentioned this. We used to always have a command strip up here where this is the wreath that I have hung in here, I believe, every year. I love this wreath. It is lush, gorgeous. I don't even know what those are. Look, they look like little apples on there. It's just a lovely wreath, but I can't remember what I had hanging up there, but it came crashing down and it broke my husband's beloved chess set. It damaged the chess board. It took a hunk out of our molding. I don't remember where. And then all of those little people, those are the salvaged ones. And so for Christmas, he's asked for a whole new set, which I'm hoping someone's getting him because it matters. And this is a cute spot, you know, they can slide the two chairs around and play. And he plays with one of our grandsons right now. So I hope that is something that'll continue. For now, I had these downstairs. I have two of them. I didn't want one on either side for some reason. Maybe because I didn't have another place for that. But for now, I popped that other one up there. I am gonna do the tree topper and the ribbon on the tree. And this room should be done. All right, I took the ribbon that I'm gonna be using on the tree. I cut off the one that was on there. And all I didn't even tie this. I pinched it into place and used floral wire to make that bow. And then I just went around her neck, or his, and tied it. And it's way prettier than it started. So I'm gonna pop that up on the tree. I got a little mess on the floor, but that's what my creativity is. All right, so here's what I got going on. I may have to get up there and play with some of that, although I kind of like how it is happening up there. So I'm starting at the top and I'm letting a piece hang and then come down. So, you know, I may place these, and I've really only got 4 ribbons going Didn't even use a whole spool of either. So black velvet and then the tartan. I did take off all my little breakables. So I'm actually going to go look. Oops, that one got turned around. I'm actually going to go look and see what other tree skirts I have, because now the bronze one's just not doing it for me. But I think my husband's going to feel like this is a very much more masculine look for him in here. And I really do like it. Let me know what you think. For joining me today. I always love coming and sharing some decorating with you. It's, I am retired. This is my job. And I mean, if I didn't have this, you guys, I don't know what I'd get up for. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I'd certainly get up out of bed. But having gone through depression in my life, and I'm not there now, but I know how easy it is to get down and to just lay in bed for a lot longer than you planned and maybe not get dressed or, fix yourself up or anything. And I mean, not that I fix myself up every day, but this YouTube channel it's just a blessing in my life, just having the channel and doing it. It is a blessing. Then you guys make it so much more of a blessing when you comment. You are so kind. You're so sweet. Even before we went through anything that we were struggling with, your kindness, your compliments, your just whatever. It's just been moving. And I just was touched to tears a little while ago reading comments from the last video. I'm touched to tears.
And I just want to say thank you. You have no idea. I know I don't, if I saw you in the street, I wouldn't even know who you are. If you had a little emblem that had a J or a M and you had something on your shirt that said da 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 da, that's your handle, I might recognize you that way. But I just think it's so wonderful that we're connecting and we don't even really know each other. But thank you. Okay. Also, let's see. My mind is like, I am going to try. I didn't get there yesterday. I'm itching suddenly. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try and get a P.O. box. There could be a wait list, so that may not work out for me. And if that doesn't, I may have a backup plan. But I'm going to see this week if I can get a P.O. box. And then if you are so inclined, and please know I am not asking you to do this, but if you've thought of it maybe before and thought, well, but I don't know what to do with it. If you want to send a card to my son, I am going to hopefully, if there's any there, I'm going to put little ribbons on them and tie them on the tree that's in his room over the holidays. So he knows all these people that are praying for him, they're real and they have real, concern for him. I just think that's the sweetest thing. You guys, I know there's people out there going through stuff. I know I read it. When I read it, I pray for you immediately, but I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people and I forget. So you feel free, if you've got a prayer need, to pop it in there every single time, because that way I'll pray for you for sure. And I just really love our community and I thank you so much. I will see you next time at your home, your happy place. And have a blessed rest of the day and week till I see you again, right? Bye.